Recognizing envy in others often begins with noticing how they react to your accomplishments. Instead of sharing in your joy, someone harboring envy may offer tepid praise or subtly downplay your achievements. This response often stems from a comparison rooted in insecurity, which Stoicism teaches us to handle with patience and non-reaction. Marcus Aurelius reminds us that we cannot control others' perceptions or reactions. We can only control our own responses to them. By keeping our peace intact and observing such behavior with an objective mind, we sidestep the temptation to react emotionally. This approach allows us to protect our tranquility and ensures that we don't invest energy in changing what is beyond our control. Through the lens of Stoicism, subtle disregard becomes an opportunity to refine our self-assurance, relying on inner validation rather than external acknowledgement. When a person often compares their progress, possessions, or qualities with yours, it could signal envy. Envy is driven by an unhealthy focus on the achievements of others. Stoicism emphasizes focusing on what is within our control, our growth, virtues, and actions. Those who constantly measure themselves against others lack this self-focus and tend to look externally for validation. Seneca writes about the futility of comparison, stressing that true progress comes from self-reflection and self-mastery. Observing this behavior without judgment, but with understanding, can remind us to stay on our path and avoid engaging in similar comparisons. A common form of falsehood involves pretending to offer constructive criticism that is actually veiled envy. Such individuals may disguise their envy with unsolicited advice or unnecessary critique. The Stoic approach to such disguised negativity is to receive it with composure. Epictetus advises that we take care not to let others' opinions disturb our peace. Rather than internalizing such critiques, a Stoic accepts them as reflections of the speaker's mindset. By maintaining inner stability, we retain our self-worth without needing external affirmation. When we recognize disguised criticism, we understand that the best response is silence and resilience, remaining steadfast in our journey. Envy can reveal itself through indifference toward your growth or progress. Instead of acknowledging your hard work, someone feeling envious might ignore your achievements altogether, signaling their discomfort with your success. Stoicism teaches that true contentment lies within, and external achievements should not shake that equilibrium. Observing this indifference reminds us that our value isn't tied to others' recognition. By anchoring our sense of worth in our personal standards, rather than in praise from others, we grow closer to the Stoic ideal of tranquility. This practice enables us to remain undisturbed by fluctuations in others' appreciation, reinforcing our sense of inner peace and fulfillment. Those envious of you may attempt to minimize your accomplishments, attributing them to external factors like luck or privilege, rather than acknowledging your effort. In Stoicism, it is understood that our actions are the only things under our control, while others' opinions remain beyond our influence. Rather than seeking validation from those who may not understand our journey, we can focus on the satisfaction derived from our own efforts. Marcus Aurelius often noted that we are responsible for the virtues we cultivate, and true success lies in our dedication to self-improvement. Recognizing this downplay allows us to remain rooted in our values, preventing external judgments from affecting our well-being. A constant desire to one-up others can indicate envy. This behavior might present itself subtly, as if in a friendly spirit, yet it often reflects a deeper insecurity and desire to outshine. Stoics recommend avoiding such comparisons, as they distract us from our unique path. Instead, we should view each achievement and setback as part of our individual journey. Seneca reminds us that comparisons hinder our progress and that genuine contentment arises from a focus on our growth. By observing competitive behavior without reciprocating, we embody the Stoic virtue of self-sufficiency, strengthening our commitment to our unique goals. Sarcasm can reveal envy more clearly than direct criticism, as it often cloaks jealousy under humor. Mocking compliments, in particular, are thinly veiled expressions of envy. In response, a Stoic would recognize this falsehood as a form of insecurity in the other person, remaining unaffected by it. The Stoic approach encourages us to see such sarcasm as noise, not something that warrants a reaction. By staying focused on our values and pursuits, we develop resilience against the sting of sarcasm. This self-mastery ultimately empowers us to face such envy with poise, as our self-worth isn't defined by others' remarks. People who harbor envy may struggle to genuinely celebrate your successes. Their reluctance to share in your happiness often signals discomfort with your progress. Stoicism teaches that authentic friendships are based on shared values and genuine support, not competition. Observing this hesitancy to celebrate can help us identify those who align with our values and those who don't. By surrounding ourselves with supportive individuals, we reinforce the Stoic ideal of harmony in our relationships. This discernment helps us build stronger connections and lets us approach envy with empathy rather than frustration. Envious individuals may frequently remind you of your past mistakes or shortcomings to assert superiority. This behavior stems from an insecurity that seeks comfort in others' flaws. According to Stoicism, self-awareness and resilience enable us to face such judgments calmly. Epictetus teaches us that others' opinions do not alter our worth. Only our actions define us. Recognizing this tactic allows us to fortify our self-worth, remaining unaffected by attempts to lower our confidence. This approach enables us to handle such interactions with grace, reinforcing our dedication to personal growth. A person who praises you publicly but criticizes you privately often harbors hidden envy or falsehood. Stoics remind us to seek consistency in our values and actions. By maintaining a strong character, we cultivate relationships with those who align with our virtues. This duplicity serves as a reminder to stay vigilant and grounded, as Stoicism encourages us to be discerning in our associations. By recognizing such inconsistencies, we deepen our understanding of human behavior and fortify our resilience against inauthentic relationships. When someone constantly doubts your abilities or expresses skepticism about your potential, it can stem from envy. By subtly discouraging you, they attempt to plant seeds of self-doubt, often reflecting their insecurities. A Stoic response to such behavior would be to strengthen one's inner resilience and self-belief, understanding that external doubts are beyond our control. Instead, focus on staying aligned with your goals and letting your actions demonstrate your capability, regardless of others' projections. People envious of you may belittle your passions, hobbies, or interests, subtly implying they are insignificant. Stoic philosophy teaches us that our value isn't derived from others' judgments of our pursuits. Marcus Aurelius advises focusing on what brings us fulfillment rather than seeking approval. By maintaining our commitment to our interests, we reaffirm our individuality and allow envy to reveal itself as an obstacle we can rise above with dignity. If a person hesitates to acknowledge your progress, it may be envy preventing them from celebrating your achievements. Stoics encourage us to see this as an indicator of others' limitations, rather than something that should diminish our joy. By recognizing this withholding of praise as a projection of their inner struggle, we can continue to pursue growth without expecting external validation. Individuals who deliver insincere praise often include subtle jabs disguised as compliments. Such behavior reveals hidden envy. According to Stoic teachings, it's crucial to distinguish between genuine support and masked criticism. By observing this behavior with detachment, we remain unaffected, acknowledging that others' insecurities shouldn't impact our self-esteem or sense of purpose. People motivated by envy may frequently remind you of their accomplishments to overshadow yours. Stoicism teaches us to find pride in our progress without feeling overshadowed by others' success. By focusing on our journey, we practice the Stoic virtue of contentment and prevent others' boastfulness from affecting our sense of self-worth. A sign of hidden envy is the subtle satisfaction some individuals feel when you face setbacks. A Stoic response is to approach failures with resilience, seeing them as opportunities for growth. Epictetus reminds us that setbacks are temporary and often valuable teachers. By embracing failures as learning experiences, we render others' enjoyment of our hardships meaningless. People who overlook your virtues and focus only on flaws often do so out of envy. Stoicism teaches that true strength lies in recognizing our worth independently. By not seeking others' acknowledgement of our positive qualities, we strengthen our self-assurance, practicing equanimity in the face of disregard. Those harboring envy may subtly dismiss or downplay your aspirations. They may imply your goals are unrealistic, hoping to dampen your enthusiasm. According to Stoic philosophy, ambition should come from inner purpose, not from others' encouragement or skepticism. By staying committed to our path, we demonstrate that our aspirations are shaped by internal motivation rather than external approval. Envious individuals may create subtle exclusions, making you feel left out. The Stoic approach would involve detaching from the need for inclusion, understanding that our worth is inherent and isn't defined by others' acceptance. This perspective allows us to find contentment in our own company rather than depending on others for belonging. Envy may lead others to openly disregard your ideas or contributions, aiming to diminish your influence. Stoicism encourages us to stay composed in such situations, valuing our ideas for their substance rather than their reception. By finding strength in our convictions, we stay unperturbed by dismissive attitudes and continue to express our insights confidently. Envy can sometimes prompt people to question your personal choices, as though your decisions are flawed. Stoics teach that our choices should reflect our values, not others' expectations. When we make decisions rooted in self-awareness, others' opinions hold less weight, enabling us to embrace our path without seeking their approval. A person harboring envy may point out minor imperfections in your accomplishments, diminishing their significance. Stoicism guides us to find pride in the effort behind our success rather than in others' perceptions. By focusing on our growth, we find satisfaction that remains unaffected by critical judgments. Envious individuals might avoid offering encouragement when you're facing difficulties, perhaps hoping you won't succeed. Stoicism reminds us that resilience is cultivated within and shouldn't depend on external encouragement. By developing inner strength, we become self-sustaining, able to persevere through challenges even without support. Someone envious may publicly ignore your achievements while criticizing them privately to others. This duplicity reflects their struggle with your success. Stoicism teaches that our happiness is derived from our actions, not from others' responses. By valuing our progress for its intrinsic worth, we remain grounded despite others' contradictory behavior. Envious individuals may cast doubt on your motivations, suggesting that your intentions aren't genuine. Stoics emphasize that our intentions should be true to our values. By acting with integrity, we prevent others' judgments from undermining our sense of purpose, remaining unshaken by their skepticism. In conversations, someone envious might often shift the focus back to themselves, disregarding your experiences. Stoicism teaches us that meaningful connections arise from mutual respect. Recognizing this redirection allows us to assess whether such relationships align with our values, choosing associations that bring genuine engagement. Those envious of you may offer sympathy that feels hollow or insincere during your hardships. Stoicism advises us to perceive such false support as a reflection of others' insecurities rather than something affecting us directly. By acknowledging it without attachment, we maintain our composure and find solace in authentic relationships. A person motivated by envy might subtly challenge your self-worth, questioning your competence or qualities. Stoics encourage us to derive confidence from inner virtues rather than external affirmation. By holding firm to our self-respect, we prevent these subtle provocations from disturbing our sense of self. When someone envies you, they may try to take credit for your ideas or contributions, subtly or overtly. Stoicism reminds us that our sense of worth comes from within, not from others' recognition. Marcus Aurelius emphasizes humility, encouraging us to focus on the virtue of our actions rather than external acknowledgement. Recognizing attempts to appropriate our ideas as a reflection of others' insecurity enables us to detach, knowing that the value of our thoughts and work is unaffected by external recognition. Envy may prompt others to tempt you into behaviors that don't align with your values. By doing so, they hope to undermine your authenticity. Stoic teachings encourage us to remain true to our principles regardless of others' influence. Epictetus reminds us that genuine freedom is found in living according to our own values, not bending to external pressures. By staying centered, we resist being swayed and uphold our integrity. Those harboring envy might feign interest in your life to gather details they can later use against you. Stoicism advises caution with whom we share personal information, valuing discretion. Seneca suggests that selective vulnerability protects us from misuse of our trust. Recognizing insincere curiosity helps us maintain privacy, ensuring our lives are shared only with those who genuinely support us. In an attempt to discredit you, someone envious may publicly challenge your beliefs, casting doubt on your principles. Stoicism teaches that inner peace comes from knowing and living by one's own values. By responding with calm and reasoning, we demonstrate the strength of our convictions. This approach not only upholds our self-respect, but subtly exposes the insecurity driving such challenges. Those envious of your clarity or purpose might try to create confusion around your choices, questioning your judgment. In Stoicism, clarity is seen as a sign of wisdom, achieved through introspection and conviction. When faced with attempts to confuse, we're encouraged to reaffirm our goals and remind ourselves why we made these choices, embracing the certainty that our path is our own to define. An envious person may frequently bring up your past mistakes to undermine your confidence. Stoicism advises us to learn from mistakes without letting them define us. As Marcus Aurelius wrote, "The past is beyond our control. Only the present moment matters." By accepting past missteps as learning experiences, we build resilience and disarm those who would use them to make us doubt ourselves. Some people may target your relationships out of envy, attempting to sow discord between you and others. Stoicism encourages building relationships on mutual respect and trust. By staying true to our principles and maintaining open communication with loved ones, we protect our relationships from external negativity, upholding bonds that enrich our lives. Flattery, when insincere, can be a tactic to manipulate or distract you from someone's hidden motives. Stoics caution against letting praise influence us excessively. Epictetus notes that a true Stoic is neither inflated by praise nor diminished by criticism. By discerning genuine appreciation from flattery, we protect ourselves from manipulation and remain steady in our self-worth. If someone's interactions with you are filled with small acts of competition, it often reflects envy. Stoicism advises against comparing ourselves to others, focusing instead on our personal growth. By recognizing competitive behavior without engaging in it, we maintain our focus on our own path, leaving others' insecurities to themselves. Envious individuals may habitually dismiss your opinions, subtly undermining your voice in conversations. Stoicism teaches us to value our thoughts without relying on external validation. By cultivating confidence in our perspective, we remain unaffected by dismissive behavior, allowing others' disregard to highlight their own insecurities. Envy can manifest in passive-aggressive behavior, where someone pretends to support you while subtly expressing doubts. The Stoic response is to acknowledge that genuine support doesn't come with conditions or hidden reservations. Recognizing this hidden doubt reminds us to seek encouragement from within, strengthening our inner resolve. When someone tries to make you feel insecure, it often reveals their own insecurities. Stoicism advises recognizing this projection without absorbing it, focusing instead on our virtues. By staying true to our values, we reflect others' insecurities back to them, showing that our worth isn't diminished by their doubts. Sometimes envy leads people to offer help, but subtly create obstacles. Stoicism teaches us to be self-reliant, recognizing that true support is rare and valuable. By discerning genuine offers of help from false ones, we maintain independence and avoid entanglement in others' hidden agendas. If someone consistently makes jokes at your expense, their humor may mask envy. Stoic philosophy encourages us to distinguish between genuine humor and veiled disrespect. By not reacting emotionally to such jokes, we demonstrate self-mastery, allowing humor to reveal others' insecurities rather than affecting our self-esteem. Those who feel envious may attempt to dictate or control your accomplishments, seeking involvement in your successes. Stoics emphasize self-direction and autonomy, encouraging us to pursue goals aligned with our values rather than succumbing to others' influence. Recognizing attempts to control us reminds us to protect our independence. Some may exhibit satisfaction when you face challenges, exposing hidden envy. Stoicism teaches us to treat challenges as opportunities for growth, viewing others' reactions with detachment. By rising above difficulties with resilience, we deny envious individuals the satisfaction of our defeat. In collaborative settings, envious people may downplay your contributions to diminish your role. Stoicism reminds us that our worth is independent of others' recognition. By finding fulfillment in our efforts, we remain grounded, knowing that genuine success isn't measured by external acknowledgement. Envy can lead individuals to promote their own accomplishments while undermining yours. Stoicism encourages us to avoid seeking validation through comparison. By focusing on our growth and refusing to engage in self-promotion contests, we exhibit the Stoic ideal of modesty and self-sufficiency. When envy drives people to make subtle remarks about your appearance, intelligence, or skills, it reflects their own insecurities. Stoicism advises us to guard our self-esteem, knowing that our identity isn't defined by others' opinions. By seeing through these attempts, we strengthen our self-image, fostering confidence grounded in our virtues. Condescension often masks envy, as it allows others to feel superior without acknowledging your growth. Stoic philosophy encourages us to rise above patronizing behavior, recognizing it as an external event outside our control. By refusing to let condescension affect us, we uphold our dignity and maintain our self-respect. When someone consistently turns your accomplishments into moments to offer advice on how you could do better, it can be a form of disguised envy. Stoicism advises that we focus on our self-improvement from an internal desire, not because of others' critique. By acknowledging others' advice politely but staying committed to our path, we deflect envy-driven opinions while staying true to our values. People envious of your potential may subtly discourage you from taking risks, suggesting that it's too difficult or not worth it. Stoicism, however, celebrates courage in pursuit of meaningful goals. Seneca often spoke of embracing challenges as past a virtue. By recognizing such discouragement as a reflection of others' fear, we strengthen our resolve to make choices based on our values and purpose. If someone frequently attributes your achievements to luck rather than effort, it's a sign of hidden envy. Stoic teachings remind us to take pride in our hard work and discipline. By valuing our progress internally, we detach from others' attempts to trivialize our accomplishments, reaffirming the worth of our effort. People with envy may ignore your successes but enthusiastically promote their own. Stoicism teaches us to practice humility and self-acknowledgement. Marcus Aurelius emphasized the importance of self-contentment over external praise. By silently appreciating our victories, we remain unaffected by others' selective celebration. Passive-aggressive comments, often subtle digs at your character or abilities, reflect insecurity. Stoicism encourages us to rise above provocations, responding with composure. By refusing to let such remarks disrupt our calm, we mirror the Stoic ideal of equanimity, demonstrating that our self-worth is untouched by indirect hostility. People driven by envy might exploit your kindness, asking for help repeatedly without reciprocation. Stoic philosophy emphasizes generosity, but with discernment. By setting boundaries, we prevent our goodwill from being taken advantage of, allowing us to act from virtue without becoming a target for envy-fueled exploitation. Envy can lead others to spread untrue or exaggerated stories. Stoicism teaches that our character and actions define us, not others' rumors. Epictetus reminds us that we cannot control others' words, but we can control our response. By focusing on our integrity and letting gossip fade, we transcend the attempts to undermine us. When someone frequently dismisses your ideas in front of others, it may be driven by envy. Stoicism encourages confidence in expressing our thoughts, irrespective of others' reactions. By calmly standing by our ideas without seeking approval, we demonstrate self-assurance, and prevent others' judgments from affecting us. People envious of your success may try to overshadow your achievements by emphasizing their contributions. Stoic philosophy teaches us to find contentment in our work's value, independent of recognition. By focusing on our purpose and remaining unbothered by comparisons, we uphold our self-worth regardless of others' attempts to outshine us. Individuals who regularly compare themselves to you may be revealing their envy. Stoicism teaches us that happiness stems from internal alignment with our values, not from comparisons. By refraining from engaging in such comparisons, we foster gratitude for our unique journey, undisturbed by others' envy-based metrics. Envious individuals may try to limit your growth, fearing that you will surpass them. Stoic wisdom reminds us to embrace growth as a natural part of life. Seneca advocates for pursuing challenges that align with our virtues. By recognizing this subtle restriction, we choose personal expansion over remaining in a comfortable. People who envy your ambition may call your future goals unrealistic, hoping to diminish your motivation. According to Stoic philosophy, we must pursue goals aligned with our nature and values. By affirming our intentions despite external doubt, we embody resilience, continuing toward our vision with inner conviction. When someone shows more interest in your failures than successes, envy may be at play. Stoics view failures as valuable teachers and encourage resilience in their face. By focusing on the lessons from setbacks and minimizing the significance of others' reactions, we remain unshaken, turning adversity into growth. Envious people may use your success as an opportunity to discuss their challenges, shifting focus to themselves. Stoicism teaches us to practice empathy without absorbing others' struggles as our own. By maintaining awareness of this behavior, we engage compassionately without allowing it to diminish our accomplishments. If someone frequently mentions the sacrifices they've made for you, it can stem from envy cloaked in guilt. Stoics emphasize gratitude without feeling beholden to others. By recognizing sincere support from obligation, we honor genuine kindness while protecting our independence. Envious people may focus on small errors in your work rather than its overall success. Stoic philosophy encourages us to accept feedback constructively without letting it obscure our achievements. By acknowledging minor flaws without losing sight of the bigger picture, we maintain perspective and gratitude for our accomplishments. When envy drives competition, individuals may try to mirror or exceed everything you do. Stoicism teaches us to focus on our journey without comparing it to others. By respecting our unique path, we resist the need to compete, letting others' competitive spirit reveal itself without engaging in it. If someone expresses frustration at your contentment, it may reflect envy for your inner peace. Stoicism emphasizes that tranquility comes from within, not from external sources. By cherishing our peace and not allowing others' negativity to disrupt it, we embody the Stoic pursuit of a serene mind. Envious individuals may try to guilt you for taking time for yourself, suggesting that it's selfish. Stoic philosophy encourages self-care as a way to better serve others. By honoring our need for balance and wellness, we demonstrate that self-care is essential, regardless of others' views. When someone constantly downplays your strengths while pointing out weaknesses, it's often a manifestation of envy. Stoicism teaches us to recognize our virtues without needing others' validation. By affirming our strengths and treating feedback objectively, we neutralize envy-driven comments, grounded in a balanced view of our capabilities. When people suggest that success has changed you in a negative way, it's often a subtle reflection of their own envy. Stoicism teaches us to examine ourselves and our intentions rather than relying on others' perceptions. By remaining grounded and aware of our growth, we stay true to our path without being swayed by others' opinions. Envious individuals might frequently question your dedication, implying that you may abandon your commitments. Stoic philosophy emphasizes staying steadfast in our goals, regardless of external doubts. By affirming our intentions within, we resist being influenced by others' insecurities, staying focused on our long-term vision. When someone offers to help but subtly hinders your progress, it often reflects hidden envy. Stoicism teaches us to be self-reliant, discerning between genuine support and covert sabotage. By setting boundaries and recognizing such behavior, we protect our projects and maintain focus on our goals. Envy can drive people to subtly suggest that you aren't deserving of your achievements. Stoicism teaches us that success is a result of effort, character, and persistence, not others' opinions. By valuing our own worth, we detach from others' judgments, reinforcing our confidence in our achievements. Envious individuals might adopt a victim mentality, subtly guilt-tripping you for your success. Stoicism reminds us to act from empathy without allowing others' feelings to overshadow our own values. By recognizing this manipulation, we offer compassion without succumbing to guilt, preserving our sense of purpose. If someone repeatedly brings up their struggles in response to your progress, it's often envy cloaked in self-pity. Stoicism encourages us to empathize without comparison. By understanding that others' journeys are separate from ours, we stay focused on our path, supporting them without compromising our progress. Sarcasm aimed at your goals is often a subtle way of expressing doubt or envy. Stoicism teaches us to treat such remarks with detachment, viewing sarcasm as a reflection of others' insecurities rather than our worth. By staying resolute, we affirm our goals without allowing negativity to cloud our motivation. Envious individuals may try to dominate conversations, seeking to overshadow your presence. Stoic philosophy encourages us to remain composed and assertive, embodying quiet confidence rather than engaging in power struggles. By focusing on self-assured expression, we naturally command respect without competing for attention. When people bring up past struggles to diminish your achievements, it's often rooted in envy. Stoicism advises us to accept our past without letting it define our present. By acknowledging our growth and resilience, we embrace our journey, transforming others' attempts to undermine us into reminders of our strength. If someone consistently redirects praise aimed at you, it can signal envy. Stoicism teaches us that true validation comes from within, not external recognition. By graciously accepting our achievements while valuing our self-worth, we let praise strengthen our confidence without needing others' approval. Sometimes envy appears as exaggerated enthusiasm, where someone pretends to celebrate your success but feels resentment. Stoic philosophy encourages us to stay attuned to authentic support. By discerning genuine from performative cheer, we honor true connections and let superficial enthusiasm pass without attachment. People may try to dissuade you by calling your ambitions impractical. Stoicism reminds us to pursue goals aligned with our values, regardless of external approval. By staying rooted in our intentions, we remain focused and resilient, undeterred by others' limiting beliefs. When someone frequently focuses on potential failures rather than possibilities, envy may be the cause. Stoicism teaches us to accept both success and failure as learning experiences. By embracing optimism tempered with realism, we prevent others' pessimism from influencing our outlook. Those envious of your achievements may claim that your work is easier than it is or less valuable. Stoic philosophy teaches us to take pride in the effort we invest, not others' interpretations. By recognizing the value of our hard work, we shield ourselves from comments that downplay our dedication. If someone derides your passions, it may reflect envy for your dedication or joy. Stoicism encourages us to pursue activities that align with our values, unbothered by others' opinions. By honoring our passions with pride, we transcend dismissive attitudes, letting our enthusiasm be a source of fulfillment. People who envy you might ignore your milestones altogether. Stoicism teaches us that our journey and accomplishments need no validation. By recognizing our milestones internally, we find fulfillment in progress itself, leaving others' recognition, or lack thereof, to their own interpretation. Envious individuals might suggest that your confidence is excessive, attempting to undermine your self-assurance. Stoicism advocates for balanced self-confidence, grounded in self-awareness and humility. By valuing our confidence while staying open to improvement, we resist the need to justify ourselves to others. When someone consistently compares their life to yours on superficial terms, it often reflects envy. Stoicism advises us to focus on meaningful connections based on shared values. By recognizing such comparisons as shallow, we maintain deeper relationships based on authenticity, leaving superficiality behind. People may try to take partial credit for your achievements, subtly diminishing your independence. Stoic philosophy emphasizes personal responsibility and self-driven growth. By valuing our own agency, we acknowledge others' help without letting them define our success, preserving ownership of our accomplishments. Some envious individuals may forecast your failure, suggesting that success won't last. Stoicism encourages resilience and a focus on the present moment, rather than fearing potential outcomes. By letting such predictions pass without reaction, we demonstrate unwavering trust in our journey, proving that our worth is independent of others' doubts. Envious individuals might frequently question your decisions in a subtle way, implying you may be making poor choices. Stoicism advises focusing on choices aligned with our values, irrespective of others' opinions. By trusting our judgment, we maintain confidence in our decisions, resilient to subtle criticisms. If someone frequently criticizes your lifestyle, it could reflect envy for your freedom or success. Stoic teachings remind us to prioritize actions that align with our nature rather than others' judgments. By embracing our choices, we disengage from negativity, affirming our path without external validation. Envious people may try to make you feel selfish for pursuing ambitious goals, masking their envy with guilt. Stoicism encourages us to pursue growth and meaning over others' opinions. By valuing our ambitions without guilt, we recognize the virtue of striving toward goals despite others' insecurities. Some people ignore or downplay your progress to diminish its impact. Stoicism reminds us to find pride in our efforts rather than external recognition. By celebrating our milestones privately, we protect our happiness from those who try to minimize our accomplishments. When someone credits your success to luck rather than hard work, it often reflects hidden envy. Stoicism encourages us to take pride in our efforts and virtues, understanding that true success is built on dedication. By valuing our efforts, we negate others' attempts to minimize our achievements. Envious individuals may claim your achievements were too easy to truly matter. Stoic philosophy values the journey over others' interpretations. By appreciating our path and dedication, we uphold the meaning of our work, rendering superficial judgments insignificant. Some people might offer unsolicited advice, implying they know better, often as a way to mask envy. Stoicism teaches us to consider feedback but remain anchored to our values. By listening with discernment, we accept useful insights and disregard unconstructive critiques. People who constantly share their accomplishments while ignoring yours may feel envious. Stoicism emphasizes humility and finding contentment within. By letting others focus on themselves, we quietly celebrate our achievements, unbothered by comparisons. Envious individuals might project their insecurities onto you, making you feel uncertain. Stoicism teaches self-awareness as a path to resilience. By recognizing projections as their own fears, we avoid absorbing others' insecurities, strengthening our self-assurance. If someone belittles your hobbies, it may reflect their envy for your fulfillment. Stoicism encourages us to pursue joy without external approval. By appreciating our interests for their own sake, we remain unaffected by others' judgments, preserving our inner peace. Envious people may express interest in your goals, but never truly support them. Stoicism values sincerity over superficiality. By recognizing this pattern, we adjust our expectations, investing our time with those who show genuine support. People driven by envy may make light of your accomplishments, suggesting they're not significant. Stoic philosophy teaches us to find pride in our journey, not others' validation. By valuing our progress, we remain unaffected by attempts to downplay our success. Some people offer support on the surface but subtly undermine you. Stoicism reminds us to be vigilant of others' intentions while relying on our resilience. By setting boundaries, we guard against covert negativity, staying focused on our path. When someone feels the need to outdo your accomplishments, it often reveals envy. Stoicism teaches us to avoid comparisons and seek contentment within. By letting others focus on competition, we reaffirm our own value and avoid unnecessary rivalry. People sometimes use flattery to conceal resentment or envy. Stoicism advises caution with praise, emphasizing authenticity over superficial compliments. By discerning genuine feedback, we avoid being swayed by disguised intentions. Some individuals may only support you when it benefits them, a sign of insincere intentions. Stoic philosophy values integrity and discernment in relationships. By recognizing inconsistent support, we preserve energy for relationships rooted in honesty. Envious people might overshadow your success with their problems, shifting focus away from you. Stoicism teaches empathy without allowing others to overshadow our achievements. By recognizing this behavior, we balance compassion with pride in our journey. If someone highlights your mistakes but ignores your growth, envy may be involved. Stoic philosophy values learning from mistakes as a path to virtue. By embracing our imperfections, we remain resilient, letting others' criticism fuel our commitment to improvement. People envious of your ambition may call your goals unrealistic, hoping to diminish your drive. Stoicism reminds us to pursue purpose regardless of others' opinions. By grounding our goals in inner values, we transcend external judgments and remain dedicated. Envious people might dismiss your abilities, questioning your expertise. Stoicism encourages us to refine our skills and let actions speak. By focusing on improvement, we diminish others' criticisms and grow resilient to skepticism. When people misinterpret confidence as arrogance, it often stems from envy. Stoicism values humility rooted in self-assurance. By embodying quiet confidence, we prove that true strength requires no validation. Deflecting envious people may frequently emphasize your weaknesses to discredit your strengths. Stoicism teaches acceptance of our imperfections as part of growth. By acknowledging both strengths and weaknesses, we build resilience, unaffected by others' narrow focus. People driven by envy might show support only when you face setbacks, hoping to witness your fall. Stoicism values consistent integrity over opportunistic alliances. By recognizing this pattern, we surround ourselves with genuine allies, building a network of true support. If someone shows discomfort with your positive relationships, it may reflect envy for your connections. Stoicism reminds us to value friendships based on mutual respect. By cherishing supportive bonds, we protect our relationships from outside envy. People envious of your progress may try to undermine your confidence. Stoic philosophy emphasizes self-knowledge as a foundation for strength. By trusting our abilities, we resist doubt, staying focused on our goals despite others' negativity. When people reduce your accomplishments to minor successes, it's often rooted in envy. Stoicism teaches us to measure worth by inner standards, not external validation. By taking pride in our growth, we neutralize attempts to downplay our progress. Envious individuals may bring up unrelated flaws to divert attention from your strengths. Stoicism advises us to accept criticism with grace, but remain focused on our intentions. By maintaining perspective, we protect ourselves from irrelevant negativity. Some people feel compelled to outshine you in group settings to draw attention away. Stoicism emphasizes inner strength and poise, allowing us to avoid competition for approval. By letting others' need for attention pass, we remain secure in our value. People envious of your achievements may imply that they're responsible for your success. Stoic philosophy celebrates independence and personal responsibility. By recognizing our efforts, we take ownership of our journey, free from others' claims on our accomplishments. If someone is visibly uncomfortable with your happiness or peace, it may reveal envy. Stoicism holds inner tranquility as the highest virtue. By valuing our peace above others' discomfort, we demonstrate that our fulfillment is a reflection of resilience, not external approval. Passive-aggressive behavior, such as making backhanded compliments, often reflects envy. Stoicism teaches us to respond to hostility with calm detachment. By recognizing passive aggression for what it is, we remain unaffected and choose not to engage with subtle provocations. If someone constantly redirects praise meant for you toward themselves, it might indicate envy. Stoicism emphasizes humility and acceptance of praise without attachment. By graciously accepting acknowledgement, we show that we do not need external validation, rendering others' attempts to redirect it ineffective. When people make fun of your personal tastes or choices, it often reveals a deeper discomfort or envy. Stoic philosophy teaches us to embrace our individuality. By standing firm in our preferences, we demonstrate confidence, unaffected by others' judgments. Envious people may subtly suggest that your future is uncertain, casting doubt on your plans. Stoicism emphasizes preparing for adversity while remaining hopeful. By acknowledging our resilience, we reinforce our path with clarity and refuse to let external doubts sway us. Some individuals may expect praise from you, but rarely offer it in return. Stoicism values balance in relationships. By noticing these imbalances, we temper our own expectations, offering appreciation freely without expecting reciprocation. In group settings, envious individuals may subtly undermine you to appear superior. Stoicism teaches us to maintain composure in all situations. By staying calm and collected, we demonstrate quiet confidence that speaks louder than any undermining comment. When someone continually points out their hardships as a way of dismissing yours, envy might be at play. Stoicism encourages empathy without comparison. By understanding that each person's journey is unique, we maintain compassion without downplaying our own struggles. Sometimes people will give compliments that feel forced or resentful. Stoicism teaches us to receive praise with moderation, focusing on our own sense of accomplishment. By valuing ourselves internally, we become less reliant on others' praise, discerning sincere support from hidden resentment. Envious people may act as if helping you is an inconvenience or favor, subtly making you feel indebted. Stoicism values self-sufficiency and integrity in relationships. By setting boundaries, we ensure that support is mutual, reducing our dependence on anyone who sees it as a burden. If someone frequently offers advice by pointing out perceived flaws, it could reflect their own insecurities. Stoicism teaches self-reflection and growth over criticism. By staying focused on genuine improvement, we avoid letting unhelpful advice derail us from meaningful progress. Envious people may disguise insults as jokes, retracting them under the guise of humor. Stoicism teaches us to interpret intentions carefully. By recognizing the underlying envy in disguised insults, we choose not to take offense, valuing constructive feedback over veiled negativity. If someone seems to discourage you from pursuing opportunities, it may be a reflection of envy. Stoic philosophy encourages us to pursue our goals independently. By recognizing attempts to restrict us, we empower ourselves to follow our path, unswayed by others' limitations. When people frequently remind you of what they've done for you, it often reveals envy masked as generosity. Stoicism values gratitude without dependency. By acknowledging others' contributions while honoring our own efforts, we retain our independence. If someone tries to sow discord in your relationships, it could stem from envy for your connections. Stoicism teaches us to maintain genuine relationships based on trust. By recognizing attempts to interfere, we safeguard our connections from others' envy-driven disruptions. People who feel uneasy about your happiness may struggle with envy. Stoicism encourages us to find joy within ourselves. By valuing our peace, we remain unaffected by others' discomfort, allowing us to continue pursuing happiness without fear of judgment. If someone frequently mentions past mistakes, it may be an attempt to undermine your growth. Stoicism emphasizes learning from past errors without letting them define us. By embracing our journey, we recognize that others' focus on our past doesn't limit our present. Envious individuals might suggest that success has made you distant, casting doubt on your relationships. Stoicism reminds us to remain connected with authenticity. By balancing success with meaningful relationships, we prevent others' attempts to guilt us into feeling disconnected. When someone minimizes positive feedback you receive from others, it often reveals envy. Stoicism teaches us to find self-worth from within. By valuing our growth over others' opinions, we remain unaffected by attempts to downplay our accomplishments. People driven by envy might claim to understand you better, subtly undermining your sense of self. Stoic philosophy emphasizes self-awareness. By trusting our own understanding, we build a strong sense of identity, undeterred by others' presumptions. Envious people often redirect attention to themselves when you discuss your achievements. Stoicism encourages us to respect others' challenges without letting them overshadow our progress. By acknowledging our own journey, we stay focused on our goals, balancing empathy with self-assurance. Sometimes people give compliments with a quick follow-up critique, as if the praise wasn't genuine without the but. This tactic is often rooted in envy. Stoicism reminds us to appreciate sincere encouragement and disregard backhanded compliments. By acknowledging the subtle negativity, we reinforce our confidence in our achievements. If someone frequently brings up their own accomplishments right after you mention yours, it may signal an underlying sense of competition or envy. Stoicism teaches us to let our own achievements stand without needing comparison. By allowing others to share their achievements without feeling diminished, we foster contentment in our own journey. Some envious people respond to your achievements by emphasizing their own hardships, as if to make you feel guilty for your success. Stoic philosophy encourages empathy while preserving our sense of joy. By respectfully acknowledging others' struggles without downplaying our happiness, we balance compassion with self-assurance. People driven by envy may highlight minor flaws in your big successes to undermine their significance. Stoicism teaches us to focus on the positive impact of our achievements rather than fixating on small imperfections. By taking pride in our accomplishments, we rise above others' attempts to diminish them. Sometimes people will feign happiness for you, but their insincerity is evident. Stoicism emphasizes valuing genuine support over superficial approval. By surrounding ourselves with those who truly wish us well, we maintain an environment of authenticity and positivity. Envious individuals might frequently point out the potential negatives of your goals or ambitions, hoping to dampen your enthusiasm. Stoic philosophy encourages us to consider realistic challenges without losing sight of our vision. By evaluating risks objectively, we remain steady in our pursuits despite others' skepticism.